I know you've seen my video about installing a uh, bass powered, or we call it subwoofer, powered subwoofer for the Mazda 6 2016. I installed this. This is a video number 2 of it. What has happened is I bought many of these Infinities for my cars. They go in fine, no problems. They work fine. I've had no issues except for this one. For some reason, it powers on, but nothing comes out of the subwoofer. Now, I'm thinking before it completely went out, the subwoofer was kind of crackling a little bit, and then slowly but surely it finally just quit. Now, it does come on, the amp does power up. However, I get nothing out of the speaker. So in my experience, more than likely it's the amp and not the speaker. So we're going to be looking at that. I found a solution to this. If you like having this unit and it fits perfectly where you have it in your vehicle, then I would keep it and just get another amplifier to supply this speaker. I'm going to do that with this setup I have here. So in a little bit I'll pull, what I'll do is first I'll pull out this bass, or this amplifier, pulls out this amplifier, and I'm going to test it. Before I do that, you should remove the fuse to the hot or the positive from your battery, so you don't burn anything or spark anything. So that'll be the first thing you should do. And then I'm going to go do that, and then I'm going to start taking this thing apart. Okay, in the process of taking this apart, like I said before, make sure you disconnect your main 12-volt fuse so you don't spark anything. Do that first. Disconnect all your wires, and then there's like all these Phillips screws all around it. I took out all of them except for the ones in the center here. I didn't think that it was going to be beneficial to do that, because I think that's all connected to the amp. And once you get all those done, you should be able to pull this out. Oh yeah, it's pulled out. You can see the amp here. Just for it's got to be the amp. I'm gonna test the amp again with another speaker just to be sure, so I'm not doing all this in vain. And let me go grab a speaker, and I'll give it a nice test and see if that is the problem. I know it's the problem. Well, not 100%, but I want to be sure. As you can see, now I disconnected everything again. I'm going to get back to removing the amp itself. I removed the 2 wires that go to the speaker. It's just a red and black. It's red and black wire here, as you can see. So I removed those from the amp. That went to the speaker. Now I'm going to remove this ribbon cable. I guess at this point the whole thing comes right out. As you can see, it's just that by itself. So I'm gonna try to do is pull the amp apart and go from there. Looking at the amp, I started to take apart. It's not worth doing. It's a lot more headache than what it's worth. So my recommendation is just pull out these screws. Like I said before, don't mess with any of these screws in the center. Leave it be, because it keeps it all sealed. And then run a hole through this foam cord here for your speaker, and then fill it in with either silicone or epoxy, and that should get connected to your speaker right afterwards. I'm going to take a 5/16 inch drill bit. I'm going to drill through that area that I talked about before. It's just circuit board. It's not. Okay. Should drill right through the circuit board, right here. You can see the hole right there. You can see the hole. That's where the speaker wire is going to go through, and then I'm going to seal it. There, so you can see I put some tape on it because I'm about to put epoxy in here. It's to hold the epoxy in. The viscosity of the epoxy won't go past this this little hole, or I'm sorry, this little gap. So I measured this out to be this wire here, approximately 18 inches. That way it hooks up to the speaker. So next thing will be putting in the epoxy and then trying to install it into the speaker. So I put the epoxy on. It's been drying for about a half hour. So it's kind of hard to see it. That's what it looks like. And it's time to install it into the car. So we're in the car. I took the old speaker wires. You can see one's red, the other one's black, of course, for negative. And all I did is splice them onto the new wire here, so that way the connectors will fit right back onto the speaker. Let's start mounting this on here. First, you want to plug in your connectors to the speaker. So there's different sizes here. One's smaller, one's bigger. You can see that. So of course, on the speaker, it's the same way on the speaker. So plug in positive first. It's kind of hard to see. Just plug right in. Small one. It's all about feel. There's no sense of seeing it there. I mean, you can feel it go in. So, all right. Okay, those are plugged in. See that? And now this cord, I'm going to fish it in there. Now this gets to get put. Make sure you get the cord in there all the way. You don't want to pinch it. Now we can start adding the screws. Mounted the whole cover back on, so you can see it's all in there now. It's all buttoned up, and all we have left is taking this wire and hooking it up to your amplifier. That's all that's left. So I have to cut this the right size. But the cool thing is I was able to get on Amazon and find this amplifier here. I think it's R1100M. I only pay like 50 bucks for it. It says it's 1,100 watts. We'll see how well that works. I'm going to not mount it like with screws or anything. I'm just gonna put like Velcro so it doesn't move. I'll Velcro it to the mat just in case I gotta get to the spare tire. But the cool thing about this is that it came with, I'll show it to you. I'll pull it out of the package. It came with this volume control button. No different than the Infinity. That's what the Infinity comes with, and the cord comes with this as well, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, it came with this button here for volume, which I think it's. I'm gonna try to use the Infinity button. It all depends, I guess, on the impedance, how it's set up. So I'll figure it out later. But that's pretty cool. You can see it. I should get a better close up, maybe. But if you can see it, oops, sorry about that. For this amp, you already have the battery input, your remote, ground. You have a speaker output. And then on the other side, you have all your controls, This is where the remote control for the subwoofer goes, which is pretty cool. All these adjustments and then your input that we're going to be using. So this is what this amp provides. You can see I hooked everything up. You can see here that's hooked up as well, and then speaker here's hooked up as well, if you can see it. I put a black electrical tape around the one speaker wire so I know which one's negative. It's pretty cool. It kind of lights up with the Boss symbol. You can turn off the light and you can see it. There you go. That's up with the Boss symbol. Let me show you the back. What's connected to. You can see that at all. Yep, that's what I've hooked up to. The RCA jacks there, and believe it or not, the remote works with the Infinity. I guess volume controller as well. Works just as the same. So if you already ran the line and already had it mounted somewhere, you're in good shape. So yeah, it's so far so good. I already turned it on. These are my settings here, if you can see them. It's to my liking. You can adjust it to wherever you want. But yeah, it's pretty much installed. All I gotta do is tidy up the wires and I'm done. So that's pretty much it. Again, thanks for watching.